Hi there, welcome to another episode of Rest of the Story. We're in peak election season, and when it's election time, it's also a time for politicians to make all kinds of promises. These promises get captured as election manifestos of these parties. We'll take you through the basis of the commitments which are being made by two of the principal adversaries, the BJP and, like it or not, perhaps the Congress party. The Bharatiya Janata Party has come up with a new idiom. Prime Minister Modi is going around town, he's going around the entire country, saying that it's not just a commitment, it's actually a guarantee. Modi is guaranteeing people that should the BJP get a chance and he ends up becoming the Prime Minister for a third straight term, whatever commitments are being captured in the election manifesto should be considered as guaranteed that they will be delivered. The Congress party, on the other hand, which has come up with its Nyaya Patra, is promising people harmony, equity, and a certain degree of support based on subsidies. The BJP's election manifesto is based on critical pillars, including women, youth, the underprivileged, and the farmers. Rahul Gandhi's Nyaya Patra, on the other hand, is based on the fundamental pillars of justice for youth, justice for women, justice for workers, and equity for all. Targeting young voters, both parties have dedicated sections addressing concerns of a very critical demographic this Lok Sabha election. The BJP's promises, continued efforts to fill governmental vacancies promptly, initiatives to foster a conducive environment for startups and entrepreneurship, focus on making India a global manufacturing hub to boost employment, expansion of credit programs like Mudra to support the upcoming entrepreneurs. How is the Congress reaching out to the young? Implementation of a Yuva Nyaya program to tackle unemployment, introduction of a new Right to Apprenticeship Act providing a one-year apprenticeship for diploma holders and college graduates who are all under the age of 25. There is also a commitment to fill nearly 30 lakh vacancies in central government posts. Now, we've all seen how across the country protests keep unfolding when the central government posts are not being filled. Both parties are also going out of the way to woo the senior citizens. The BJP is promising expansion of the Ayushman Bharat Yojana to cover senior citizens above the age of 70. It's also promising a collaboration between state governments in order to facilitate convenient facilities for senior citizens who are undertaking sacred pilgrimages. How is the Congress's commitment for senior citizens looking like? A strict enforcement of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. Under the National Social Assistance Program, there is a subsidy or an assistance of 1,000 rupee per month which is being promised. Restoration of travel concessions and public transport for senior citizens is also on the anvil. Then, the community of farmers. We've all seen how the agriculture sector, the farmers, have ended up becoming a very, very critical and crucial political support base for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BJP is literally laying out the red carpet for the farming community. Strengthening of the Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana through technological interventions, continuation of increasing the minimum support prices. The Congress, on the other hand, is saying legal guarantee of the minimum support price announced annually by the government. That is what is being promised. And this recommendation of the Swaminathan Commission is what will ultimately be followed. Establishment of a permanent commission on agricultural finance to assess agricultural credit needs and loans. That's the other big commitment for the farmers which is being made by the Congress party. In northern parts of the country, we've seen how the Congress party, which is now literally devoid of any political base in critical states like UP and Bihar, can these commitments which are being made for the farmers, can it help the Congress maybe find its mojo back, resurrect its own vote base? Then, the critical community of women, the BJP has been not leaving any stone unturned to reach out to this community. Empowerment of 3 crore rural women to become Lakpati Didis. Expansion of health services focused on women's health issues. The BJP believes that the kind of commitments that it has made to women, it will ultimately end up creating a specific women-oriented core vote support base for itself. How is the Congress reaching out to this community? Well, it's promising a launch of the Mahalakshmi scheme, providing 1 lakh rupee per year to every poor Indian family as unconditional cash transfer. Reservation of 50% of central government jobs for women from 2025 onwards. You could call it maybe Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne. But the fact that the amount of money which is being promised by the Congress party, doubling the number of working women hostels with at least one Savitribai Phule hostel in each district, this is something which economists will certainly look at very closely, and the intended beneficiaries would also want to know whether this commitment of 1 lakh rupee per annum unconditional cash transfer, how is it really going to play out? Both the Congress and the BJP have also outlined their vision for Indian economy. The BJP is already talking about what India will look like in 2047.
मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूं, हर पल देश के नाम, हर पल आपके नाम, 24/7 for 2047.
As part of its economic manifesto, the BJP is guaranteeing India becoming the third largest economic part, commitment to a low inflation and economic growth. It wants to focus on increasing employment opportunities and supporting taxpayers. The Congress, on the other hand, it's promising a country which is based on social equity. It's promising a country where financial inequalities will be less, income inequality will be lesser. It's promising that instead of wealth being concentrated in the hands of a selected few, the right on national wealth will be there for a major chunk of Indian citizens. In conclusion, folks, the way to look at these manifestos is to simply ask yourself, which of these two manifestos is actually more believable? Don't fall for the trap of who's giving you more freebies. Don't fall for the trap of who's promising the maximum amount of cash transfers. Because as we all seen in the past, an election manifesto is not a notarized document. Way back in 2014 and 2019, it was Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party which went about town saying that we are giving you a notarized version of our manifesto, that this is our guarantee. In many ways, that word guarantee has now got shifted to Narendra Modi. Is that conversation between Prime Minister Modi and large chunks of Indian population on the basis that this guarantee is still continuing? To my mind, that's a critical question that will be answered in Lok Sabha elections 2024. If you have been, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again with another episode of Rest of the Story.